Turned up, tuned in, turn up. Live. Going live, y'all. Tune in, turn up. Hold on 1 second. Live, we live, y'all, we live. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. What's happening, everybody out there? What's happening? Yes, notification. All right, so we tuned in, turn up. Let's go. That's it. Co-host, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Blessings and love today on this blessed day. I can't hear you. Hold on. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
You hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. We tapped in today.
Okay.
Yes.
I see you hitting the gym hard. Your shirt get a little baggy on you.
I'm saying, shirt a little big, man. You know, get kind of skinny on
You
it.
might need to go shopping.
Yeah, I just came from shopping. Matter of fact, I just came from shopping. I done got me some, you know what I'm saying? Got me some, yeah, I got me some tan leather. Okay, all right. Skate. So what's going on today? Blessed day, everybody. Family, relationships. Tune in, turn up. That's how we get it, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
What we got today, Scar?
All right, today is more of a, can you hear me clear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool.
Let me turn you up a little bit.
Today we just gonna tap in more on, you know, just the fact of understanding what a reaction is. Like, do all relationships deserve reactions and responses? Do all situations deserve responses and reactions? And can a person have an issue with the way somebody is responding? So
my vote. I'm sorry, I'm eating some Mike Nikes. I'm hungry. My vote on that is, well, opinion, really.
What's your opinion?
I honestly think that while we are not, we don't govern other people, right? Not govern anybody else. So, however someone responds or reacts, that's on them. But you, as the recipient of that response, your reaction, that's on one of your boundaries.
Right.
You have this.
Yeah, my phone fell. But go ahead.
Okay. I was saying that even though we do not govern anybody, I still feel like we can still have a reaction to how someone else reacts to us.
Right.
We can have an opinion. So if somebody's reaction goes against a boundary that you have set for yourself, then it's important to double down on whatever your boundary is.
Right.
AJ, yeah, it's important to double down on that.
Right.
And make sure that you are firm on whatever your boundaries are. You make it known, right? When you react this way, I felt don't cross the line.
Action to a reaction. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's, you know, say somebody mad at me for doing something, I just feel like it's like people are upset that you have a reaction to their reaction. And I never understood that. Like, as a person, you're supposed to feel the way you feel. You're supposed to do what you do and understand what you understand. But at the same time, you can't just slap somebody in their face because they stole something from you. You know what I mean? You just can't do these things just because somebody did something to you. So it's kind of like, I don't know, man. It's just, for me, I just look at it a little different. Like, why do people have such a make and because the person made a mistake, they don't have a because they made a right to feel.
Right?
Yes, like okay, because I did something they did. So the wrong. You treat and penalize me, then you unfair me to the cross. Wrong. That's how I look at it.
To go back to what we were saying, we don't govern anybody else's emotions or say, again, reactions, right? So if your response is still put boundaries
right.
So even though they may feel, distant,
right.
It doesn't mean that it gives that person the right to react in a way that crosses a boundary.
Right.
When it comes to like speaking in a way that disrespects me, right? Or putting your hands on somebody, or damaging property, things like that. Those are reactions to whatever wrong they felt like you did. But it doesn't mean that you react that way. It means that you, I'll say this: if somebody reacts that way to you doing something to them, it's your job as a recipient of that to double down on your boundaries. And then if that person steps on your boundaries again,
right,
then it's on you to make sure that either they remain in your life or don't.
Right. I just, I kind of agree with you on that. I think a lot of times we feel a lot of guilt about things we've done, and we already feeling the guilt, but our spouse or our significant other make us feel more guilt for whatever reason. They feel like making us feel guilt is going to make us make things better. I don't see how making somebody continually have to pay for something they did wrong. How is that going to make it any better? It's like putting somebody in jail or putting somebody in prison for 20 years, 30 years with no rehabilitation for a crime that only warranted 5-year sentences. How can that make it better?
I got a question though. Yeah. I got to challenge you.
Okay.
Who warrants the length of the punishment, so to speak? Who's the one who has the permission to give the length of the punishment? The offender or the offended? I
think it's all subjective. I think it's all subjective to the circumstance. I think if somebody been doing good their whole life, it's just like at court. If somebody had committed no crimes and then they commit a crime, they more lenient on the person because it's their first time offender. But in a relationship, it's like when you do something to somebody in a relationship, it's like as soon as you do something, it seems like you've been cheating on them your whole life just because you cheated one time. I'm just seriously. They make you feel like your whole life you've been cheating on them just because you cheated one time, and I don't agree with that. I don't think you should penalize me for something I made a mistake off of. That's how I feel. Like if I cheated on you one time, forgive me. Let's move on past that.
So if that person's a repeat offender though.
If the person is a repeat offender, like a habitual criminal, then I feel like you shouldn't. You got to be more hard on that person. But if the person made a genuine mistake, if the person made a genuine slip up, why are you being so hard on somebody just because they did something that you don't agree with? It's just a touchy subject because if you want to be forgiven, how come you can't forgive somebody else who did you wrong? Like, I don't know. It's touchy for me because when I sit back and look, I did a lot of wrong, but it's touchy for me. I don't know. It's touchy.
So you can't make the rules based on your past, though. You got to make the rules based on what you want in your relationship moving forward.
Nah, you're right. You can't make the rules based on your past, but at some point in time, if you want understanding, you got to give understanding at some point in time.
So you want forgiveness for the number of fingers you have on each hand.
The Bible says 70 times 7.
70 times.
But
You out of
no,
line.
no, because listen, no, seriously, because if somebody cheats on you, and when they cheat on you, they are sorry. Let's say they are sorry. Somebody said honesty, respect, and commitment, accountability, and forgiveness. You're right, but at the same time, people make mistakes. Just because your spouse or your husband or your man did something that you don't agree with or your woman did something you don't agree with, that don't mean you gotta nail them to the cross every time. That's how I feel. I mean, I may be wrong, I may be right, but that's just how I feel about it. Like, in order for us to be better as people, it said adultery ain't sorry. James 5:5. I understand you can't be sorry for adultery. I understand that completely, but at the same time, you got to be understanding that this person probably made a mistake, and it necessarily wasn't a sexual. Can I say sexual?
Nah, sexual. You gotta say it like
This probably wasn't a physical, romantic reason they did it. They probably did it because they felt low self-esteem or their validation was low. So I'm not making justification for wrongdoings, but at the same time, you got to be understanding to a degree. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think there's a difference between having a slip up, making a mistake,
right,
and then being a repeat offender of the same thing. Like,
right. You're right.
I think at that point, that's you taking advantage and basically just wanting the relationship to be the way that you want it to be. So AJ said there's a difference. You can't be the offender and make the rules. Because again, right? Remember we talked about even though they may respond or react to whatever you did to offend them, and they govern themselves, so
right.
they react the way that they're gonna react, right?
Right.
But you also have your boundaries.
Right.
Well, they may have their boundaries as well, and
right.
cheating is boundary for them.
I understand. A gentleman said he has cheated before and it wasn't a mistake. But he said, but men can have multiple wives. See, that's his perspective. Men can have multiple wives. I don't agree with that personally, because how can you be with 5 women for better, for worse, rich, or for poor, healthy or unhealthy? Because when one is unhealthy, how you gonna take care of the one that's unhealthy if you gotta take care of the ones that's healthy? How you gonna do that? So I just feel, I don't know, bro. I just feel like in my mind, I just feel like you got to have some kind of understanding the fact that people fall short. Like, it's not always going to be right. And if you see somebody really attempting to do right, at what point do you say they're trying? Let me give them another chance. Like, you going to keep made one mistake? Like, he cheated on you one time, and for the rest of the relationship, you're going to bring it up every time you feel in some kind of way?
Well, no, because I think if you give the person an opportunity to redeem themselves, right? I don't think that you should continue with nailing them to the cross, like you said. But your behaviors need to adjust as well.
Right.
There's some reassurance that you also need to have in changing your behaviors. Maybe as you guys are sharing, passcodes and things like that. Whatever it is that makes you guys both feel comfortable. Look at your face. Listen, whatever it is that makes that other person feel comfortable and feel like, you won't be speaking and eating. Ducking off on
Sharing passcodes? Sharing passcodes.
Share passcodes, sharing locations, whatever it is that, can provide that person a level of reassurance.
I mean that's what it takes, but at the same time, like, you can't punish that person just because if it's time to move on, let's move on. I'm just trying to help somebody out there, help somebody understand my point. If you're gonna move on, move on. Like, don't hold it in. Don't make somebody pay for something continually if you're gonna be with them, because if you make them pay for it, you're gonna pay for it too. Because every time you bring it up, it's gonna be an argument. Every time it's an argument, you gonna feel uncomfortable. She gonna feel uncomfortable. He gonna feel uncomfortable. So if you're gonna move on, move past that.
Yeah. Well, from a metaphysical standpoint, right? You're continuing to keep that spirit alive, right?
Right. A lot of people believe in manifestation.
Yeah.
Adjust your camera, so. A lot of people believe in manifestation. So if you believe in manifestation, anything you say, anything you conjure up, that's what it's gonna be. So you keep calling this man a cheater. You keep calling this woman a cheater. You keep bringing up the fact that he cheated, she cheated. That's what he gonna be. That's what the relationship gonna be.
Now I agree with that part because you do not want to keep that conversation going.
Right.
Knowing that you're attributing to the downfall of the relationship by continuing that conversation.
Correct.
If you give somebody a chance, you're giving them a chance.
Yes. I said forgiveness ain't holding on to it. Exactly. That's a trust issue. And that's the part where I talk about how they handle that emotionally. And that's what I tell y'all every Wednesday. Don't have no emotions. Don't have no emotions behind your decision. Don't make decisions based on emotions. Make decisions based on choices. If you're gonna make a decision, don't base it on emotion. Because today you might love the man, tomorrow you might hate him again. Today you might love the woman, tomorrow you might hate him again. So how you gonna make a decision clear-minded if you keep your emotions keep changing, man? Like, listen, all I'm trying to say is all the women I did wrong, I'm sorry. All the women. This is a public service announcement. All the women I've done wrong, I apologize.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please stop holding it against me. Please give us free.
Give us free.
Please give us free. For real. And I speak for all the men. Give us free. For real. Let us go.
What's up? The action has to come behind the apology, though.
I understand.
Change behavior.
I understand.
So that's a significant part of an apology is tangible change behavior.
Right.
Consistency. Lip service isn't anything. You've said that too. You always say that. It doesn't matter what the person say.
It doesn't matter what they do. But sometimes they don't get a chance to do it.
Uncle said don't apologize for him. He a saint.
Who said that? Who said that?
On my side.
What he said?
He said don't apologize for him.
Trust me, you're going to need it, brother.
He left.
You're going to need it, my brother. Listen, I'm standing in the gap for you, my brother. Prayers and standing in the gap for you because you're going to need it. But that's the funny thing, Rashida. As a man or a woman, you can do nothing to somebody, but if they feel like it's something, you got to pay for it. What about how you feel about that? The fact that you do nothing to somebody, but they feel like it's something, and they make you pay for something that's really nothing.
Well, I do think that that's some internal work that they just haven't done yet.
Right.
Because if you do a situation and the other person sins or people sins that came before making the other person pay for to be in a relationship where you're not ready, then that's irresponsible and reckless on your part.
That is taking accountability, blessing you. Because the reason why I'm going to take accountability is because I understand the difference. See, a lot of times women and men want somebody to take accountability for the rest of their life. Why are you giving all these people you dealing with life sentences? Like, in a relationship, make a mistake to you or do something to you that you don't like or that you don't agree with, they got a life. Why you bringing it up? It's time to let it go. If we gonna stick together, let's stick together. If you're gonna stick together, let's stick together.
Well, you call that emotional manipulation, though.
Expound on that.
So, if you are continuing to tell someone that
my life right now, I don't want to have to keep making up for wrong guys. Relationship would never get better. Relationship would never get better.
Yeah. Now, are we inviting anybody up today? Because
right.
You still here? I'm gonna invite you up.
It don't matter to me. Anybody want to get on live with us? Drop it. I want to see what Aunt got to say. Bless up, Aunt. I want to see what Aunt got to say. Bless up, Aunt. Bless up, Aunt.
Okay, so it says that if I disconnect, drop you as.
Remember last time, if you invite somebody, I think I got a request. I got a request.
Like I would have to drop off of my live, and then they would have to come over to yours.
Small.
Alright, so then you can come down, but everybody on your side will have to come over here.
They're gonna stay right where they at. Y'all make sure y'all tap. Send me a request. How do I get a request? How do I? Okay, guess y'all can go ahead and accept.
Yeah, we can hear you. There you go.
Let's see what we're talking about.
Yeah, but so yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
what I was talking about. Camera. Okay. We need to see your face when you telling this truth.
Oh, okay. Hard.
Hey, Mill. Now,
Love her much.
That's what's up. She doing the real one. She the real one. Real. Go ahead.
That's my sister.
All right.
I'm a really.
Stand for real.
I'm part of that 2%.
Okay. All right.
Praise, man. I lost. I'm sorry. My wife was free to stay home, and I paid her salary to take care of the house, the kids, and I paid her every week when I'm. She got a sandwich because I got work to do. And my work is very important, and I like to make my money, and everybody needs. That's what I pay you for.
I'm actually. I don't think that's the job, but you can go ahead. Yeah.
A real man. When I'm done with work perspective, 2 days by my status. My work is, doing the computer thing, the income law.
Right.
So all that stuff is like, it takes a lot, messes up my whole flow. So I can do what I have to do.
Right.
All right. So no, I don't want to be interrupted.
As a 2% of a man, that's 2% of the so listed was the fact that
I'm daddy and hubby.
the
Hair,
you're two. Does your wife still?
I don't argue. I don't if she does, I get in my car. Don't raise your voice. I'm not a child. If you want to talk to me, sit down and say.
So that means she does sexual.
She
That.
But she knows how I am already.
You better respond.
He knows that you become emotional at times. So when he did, he
knows the problem. Because a lot of stuff is going to be said that should not have been said.
But this and you. But why are you? If you're a 2% man who doing all with the pressure from your.
Bro, understand this, bro. Nature. Women are emotional creatures. Men are logical.
All the right. If you're doing all the right, if you're doing all the have to.
Because I might forget to put the toilet seat down.
Fair. The fact that you're doing, like you just said, you pay bills, you give her a salary, and you did worse, you cut her things. Massage, right.
You can't punish.
Right.
You can't punish. You can't use that against punish. No, because I don't care.
It kind of sounds like I'm just saying things that you. Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying he's saying some of the things, but I'm just trying to get the viewers. I'm trying, even though he does all these things. So you get a timeout. Child, if that ain't no punishment,
Here's what you don't.
Oh, yeah,
You're giving me an excuse to go to a place that I like
working up because she gets
to do something. And I put her in her where she can really get mad.
Right. Okay.
Maybe you need to buy something allowed of it. Absolutely.
Well, let's see the thing. See the thing about me, brother. I thing about me, my good. You wouldn't have made that decision at that moment if you good. You like at night. As men, she was to be accepting to I know you train your mind. Woman is going to be a woman, but that is not you train way of your mind. Hold on now. As a man, you train your mind. I look at it, but I look at that's a certain woman. That's what all women are supposed to do. Okay, right. That's not. That, right.
I told you this, right? I told me you talked about this before. Now listen. So I didn't get mad. None of that. I simply took the gift back, camping gear in my car, and I went camping on the mountain and went fishing. Still apologized because I put her in. So she started kicking.
No, I do not. Because
if your man, if your man walks out over any situation,
I would not have had that reaction that your wife had about a good person.
Rashida, please face about it. I need you to get on the.
What am I saying?
Saying that's what my whole point I'm making. In your mind, you think it's acceptable. All I'm gonna do is joke it like, oh, it ain't doing it hard doing things like people and we keep you happy. It's not. Why am I always? I'm trying to tell you something in the sacrifice you fight. It's funny because like my mind is as I speak as a whole to people that what I'm saying and what I do for you. But to me, it's not natural.
I don't feel abused.
You being mistreated in that case, you was mistreated, right?
Okay.
So how's it? Hold on a second, bro. Hold on a second. Somebody asked a question. I want them to hear your answer. What's not natural? I said what's not natural is being mistreated. He felt like relationship is not.
What I realize as an educator and conversations,
Right.
She's intelligent.
Right.
Which is not easy.
Right.
Which is not easy. Not. That's highly acceptable. Not only, but I'm being emotionally fed. Decision. Dish Network is way too expensive. Too expensive. If I say, okay, we got to get energy saving light bulbs in the house because the electric bill, there's no kick. I'm not. So I'm committed to change being a leader, a doctor to a different house. When we had to sit down and have our regular
Yeah, but why is it acceptable? But why?
That's what I'm looking
at. Right.
Okay, so I'm not seeing those. Stories. What I'm seeing.
He being mistreated. Okay, the example was he bought a gift for his wife. Was not accepted. Except she didn't get a gift at all. She asked for her gift. I said was that to me that's not acceptable. And I don't agree with being. That's all I'm trying. From what you said, like my mother was sick. He was there for her. Today he's still there for her. Since I've been a kid, I'm 30, beginning to end, and he still. You know how women? Nah, fam. I'm not going about. I'm gonna take everything I gave him that and make it read back, boy. I ain't playing at that, man. I ain't, I'm not. I'm gonna give you. So what I'm saying is what they say. What?
Can I answer this? Come up. Can I answer this, please? So the issue is this. I did something really. I thought I was going to her. She got it. My mom even warned me that I did. And yeah, she became very picky and overly demanding. So I had to start putting her in her place. You know. I'm approach. Okay, my daughter is 14. My daughter is not spoiled. She got to work for tours around the house. She washes the cars. I'm teaching her the value. All right. With my wife, and it's everything she did. I like to see her. Understand? We have a clash of titans. Taste doesn't be hers. Sometimes she can be ungrateful.
Not the J.
So I have a question. So why don't you spoil your daughter? Sorry?
She's a Gen out. She's a Gen out.
Well,
So I don't go over. Absolutely, I do it every day.
Yeah, but why won't you? That's she has to work. But why would you not create a standard for your daughter so that
the standard
men, young men, she
what
acceptable and what? So she.
So
Does
3
it,
times a month.
Showing that she's ungrateful.
I correct that. I had to start. That's what I'm trying to say. I had to start correcting that.
and is if your daughter, and she was not grateful,
I would take it back, and she wouldn't get nothing.
like, would you speak to her and talk to her about it, and so she, you, yeah, but I'm saying, understand you teach that's not how to teach her a lesson.
She says, "Well, what happened to my gift? Did nothing because you were ungrateful for what I got you."
So did she respond
First, that's how that happened.
of commitment? As I'm be the top 5 man in your life. What is the
Well, God, wife is above me. My wife is the ultimate level.
so wife is too?
I'm good.
What's 3? So what do you fall?
My also don't worry about my that's her job.
Your wife job. But she is. But see, for me,
now, if I'm taking care of all her needs, and she knows I need something,
finances. I'm just saying that don't make a man just because he's financed. That don't make a woman just because financing. Has she ever? Because we all fall.
Like, because I'm not picky, bro. Like I got food in my stomach. I'm happy. Like I don't really worry. Like I said, I don't worry about nothing. I'm not picky at all. I'm not so calm and laid back. If you don't see, I'm always laid back. I'm not. If she a can of and some
But Rashida, can you please butt in? Can you please butt in? Cause this is ridiculous. This is yeah, but I can't take it.
Listen, I was married once, right? So, especially if you the children or child came to play, she fell short, not God. So, yes, in your marriage, and I know you want to speak highly of your marriage, but reality is she fell short in your marriage sometime, someplace, in some ways, right? She is. Of course, I never said that. You just good. You just said you just gonna sit there.
That's not. See what I'm saying? That's not a good mindset to have, man. Because what's going?
Walk all over you.
That's not as a what's man. That's not true, bro. Because your very existence, your only you providing for her. That's your existence.
And that's a bad thing.
You don't think it's a bad? See, that's what troubles me. The fact
That's what I just stated. I'm all right.
because you're okay with whatever you get.
That my needs are met. I'm cool.
Your but your needs are met. You okay with whatever she?
You're okay. You're okay. So basically, as long as as long as she stays, you're okay.
Will love Uncle and Linda. Why would love say too nice? Okay.
It's yourself. I'll be honest with you. But did you just say ex-husband? Absolutely right. Everything that I wanted, type of woman, and he really. I have no problem being open, transparent. She said, my brother, I got nothing but respect for you.
Now it's all love.
My way, no matter what nobody.
Absolutely, as you should.
I'm gonna be. So. This point. My family the way it's supposed to be, according to me. Absolutely, as you should. However, I do think your wife can. I don't think everybody. I don't think allowed to. I don't think wife can. Step up. I'm married. No.
We're here. And like even with me, I did a lot for my woman I've been with. I've done a lot like that. Whenever she felt like on live, I put on the. It still did not stop. And I'm just trying to meet every expectation. He's good. I got to meet. Just saying. I'm just talking about my whatever. That can't. That ain't. That's not to me. Same thing. In my young man opinion, but any young man listening, adopt. Like nobody want to be because a relationship where what be whatever whenever and you're gonna be simple doing that. Be you should not want to be in somebody doing anything you want to.
It works. I was gonna say
It does, but
They are
58
overthinking that. There's
years.
something. They have that too.
They've been
don't know what's behind closed doors, right?
every conversation they had, we heard.
I'm, I'm just saying, listen, there's, it's the way with doing in their front, whatever they want to show to the world, that's their. You don't, your parents. But I mean, if it works.
I got love for Aunt, man, and I got love for your wife and your kids and everybody. You're not a simp. It's just
I'm gonna put.
okay.
I'm gonna go catch my man King's live.
Alright, go ahead.
What happens in my house works perfect. It's completely and utterly satisfiable and happy.
Right. No, that's right.
That's a blessing. And I'm happy to hear that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
So I had to go take care of that.
And love and peace and blessing, brother. The truth is, you can't be okay. She telling me that's what I'm asking. So is it okay the fact that they're okay here too? It's just like somebody who uses prescription pill. Just because it makes it feel it works for them. Because that's understandable. I can say,
I hear what you're saying, but not just everybody needs to have followers. You have to have the same thing. Right? So if you get this house, you have a couple people and some people are that's it does, the stuff.
Yes, but Star, the bigger point that we're making is the intention.
I'm asking you though, is he abusing her?
Yes.
But in his mind, intent to abuse her is to keep putting his hands on them is a part of this love and the relationship. She might not see it as
Unilaterally say that is mistreatment. What we're talking about is our character traits that people may have, or even just cultural differences that people may have, where they may not align.
Bianca, don't listen.
Stay on task, sweetheart. Stay on task.
Right.
I'm just joking. Rashida.
You may take notes. They show love and concern.
Why you telling her to ignore me coming over? Why I gotta be that? Dang, girl. What a love, babe. What a love, babe. No. I'm telling you, listen. Hey, tomorrow's my birthday. I wouldn't like nothing. I would like thank you. I would like nothing more. I would like nothing. I appreciate it. I would like nothing more to have me a nice little woman cooking me some legume, cooking me some griot, cooking me some plant, whatever y'all cooking over there. Who? Banan. I would love some banan, some banyan. That's right. But y'all up right into that one. Yeah, I would love me some banan.
You know, I'm gonna special prayer.
Some banan. Yeah,
Make sure
pray.
you get all of that
That's
from the
good.
restaurant.
Thank you, Dad. I don't want no. It's all good. See what I mean? You ungrateful. You being ungrateful. You mistreating me. You mistreating me.
You're ungrateful because she just told you to get it at the restaurant.
Oh, okay. Okay. I ain't hear her. She broke up for a bit.
Oh.
Nah, but I would like some banan.
Banan.
Okay, but not banan, buns.
Yes.
Like
Banan.
buns.
And
And griot. Griot.
Yes.
All right,
In
so
the back of your throat.
I ain't doing all that now. You tripping? Linda, happy birthday. Oh, thank you. So all I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, just because somebody feel a certain way about something, that doesn't mean that it is or it isn't. Like, if somebody's getting abused, it's abuse, whether you see it as that or not. If some people feel like if they talk down to their kids, they motivating them, calling their kids a nobody. You know what I'm saying? Some people feel like that's okay to talk down to their kids because they're pushing them and motivating them. If you hear it, you're gonna think it's verbal abuse. So you're telling me that if somebody is verbally abusing somebody, just because their intent is not to, it's not classified as verbal abuse?
So these are difficult conversations to have because when you're not making apples to apples comparisons, then it becomes. I hear what you're saying. I do hear the point that what you're saying.
Right.
And what I'm saying is a little bit different. I think what I'm talking about is more of like the cultural / those upbringing differences that can come between two people. There are some things that are just like flat out off. Like there is just flat out verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, spiritual abuse. What I'm talking about is when we start getting into that gray area, not wanting to jumble everything up under one umbrella.
I don't ever I want whatever I need. If I'm not getting it, that's mistreatment.
So then do you give everything that she wants and everything that she needs? You give everything that she wants and everything that she needs? No.
Well, we talking about well, I ain't got nobody. I don't know. But dinner, disrespect, love. Please, thank you. Please, thank you. I know you're gonna go to chat within that word with the word from the word part. Man,
Why does it
I want to share responsibility. You're responsible for what you're responsible for. Know that work we come because God will find someone to love you 100%, just like you want them to. What I'm to in I'm with it. I'm with it. Central.